Hello everyone, my name is NeonSword, and right here we have a BvB between Star Revolution X and Traders. They're currently fighting over Asellus Primus. SRX is on the offensive, and they seem to bring a pretty big PvP squad. Along with their squad, they have what appears to be 3 Banner kits with surgical lasers doing DPS, and I think they have a super laser kit and an HPS kit to support that. So right there you just saw a warship go down. On this area of the Traders Galaxy, there's a ton of EXE kits which are gonna be the primary target because those are the only things in range currently. To the northeast, at least 10k out, is the second sun, which all the other kits are around. So Star Revolution X is gonna try and go ahead and take out this quadrant of the galaxy. As you can see, Traders only has, 4 ADA kits on that single planet, defending all these EXE kits, which I can assume are solely for EXE. They don't appear to be firing any weapons or shooting any lasers or shield trans. So this big PvP squad, it looks like it's gonna go pretty uncontested. There's no Traders at the moment to do anything. As you can see, there's a battle sphere that's Sam is doing a bunch of damage with his red photon lasers. Sundog, of course, with his cancerous PBF that just trashes everything in sight. And it looks like, oh man, I shouldn't have been scooping money, kind of missed some of the action. But yeah, it looks like SRX is going pretty uncontested in this quadrant. I have yet to see any Traders except for direct damage who just got blown up by the kids. I believe those Banner kits are ogged for damage and rate of fire. There's CJ just fucking me up. So I think what's going to happen soon is the Banner kits have Achilles pulses, and so when that planet rotates in range, what'll happen is they'll take tons of mining damage from the Achilles pulses. And if there is a super laser kid, I think the base aggro should make it so that one kid gets focused and sort of just dies because there isn't going to be much HPS support. I think those are Annihilator missiles, or no, I'm sorry, those are Andaman nuclear missiles that are flying to the northeast trying to target a base, I suppose, and just getting blown up. Now we see a bunch of looks like a Mat Thoraxes just being spammed like crazy. Just a whole lot of DPS going down. I don't think Traders can do much if they're not gonna come down and support these kits. I would expect them to maybe just drop more kits to the northeast if they care about holding this galaxy. I mean, I don't see why not. Definitely have the resources. I don't know what they're tractoring. Looks like they're tractoring a deployer, trying to bring it into range of the kits, possibly just get destroyed. But yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be a lot of just DPS trying to get rid of those ADA kits before they make their next move. Yeah, that guy just got blown up pretty bad. Alright. So not a whole lot going on at the moment. I think Traders is doing something to the northeast because they haven't sent like a big attack wave to come and try and kill the PvP squad. Although the lasers seem to be taking care of them, so I don't think it's too much of a concern. What is strange to me is that there isn't very much Traders tractor ships. Nobody seems to be getting pulled in by Traders. There is I believe that's a sniper trying to shoot down that red photon. Was that a support carrier? I think. So yeah, I'm a little surprised. You know, I would imagine that you tried pulling in that battle sphere, since that's a big part of the DPS, along with any of the gunners. I don't think there's too much value in pulling in any of the other SRX members, but yeah, a little surprised to see not as many tractor ships as I expected. So yeah, there's the super laser kit going off, and you're just snapping that one kit, and the Achilles pulses are just demolishing that kit. So there doesn't really stand a chance for this area of the galaxy. What is that? I think it's a sniper. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Xantro? I can't tell. But yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be mining DPS as the setup by SRX kind of goes uncontested. A lot of ships and stasis. I don't see many shield monkeys trying to repair one up. USS Galaxy already going and tossing down the twisted BFEs, doing a lot of laser damage. It looks like, man, that looks pretty bright. I don't actually know how effective those things are against Atticus, but I mean, hey, DPS is DPS. Can't argue with that. So yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a little while before they start taking on those kits. I'm not entirely sure how that one kit had gotten healed up again. I'm going to go ahead and assume that the collision code of the planet was preventing the Achilles pulses from actually hitting one of the kits, and that's going to go ahead and slow down the BvB. I think SRX's tractor ships have come back up, and you see there's more traders ships getting pulled in and yanked into those Achilles pulses, kind of destroying them, preventing any, real damage to the squad. Sam did just go down to I believe it's a Seer? It's Dark Steel. Yeah, I don't know what class he is. I think it's a Seer. But yeah, taking him down, that's kind of a priority target. I guess it was a good move. There goes CJ again, destroying me. So, yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a slow DPS, trying to get rid of all the kids. Sam going down, direct damage back up, everybody else to the northeast of the little zone in Stacy. I would say that this is pretty much a good example of why base aggro is kind of an issue. You're not really having like a fight between players, it's just kind of like this tractor war where you're just trying to pull whoever in, and SRX is just kind of winning it seems, because SRX is doing a pretty good job of just staying close together and being defended by the kid. So yeah, it doesn't look like traders can get much done on trying to charge the SRX setup. Oh, that poor P-Wave trying to escape. He's not gonna get anywhere. So I'm not entirely sure what the intent of SRX on taking out this galaxy. I accidentally closed the map, so I can't really tell the position. But I do know that there was an outpost to the southern galaxy of this, and there was SRX, one of SRX's borders to the northeast, or to the northwest, sorry. So, I don't know, it could just be making a statement, trying to show, maybe like a display of power. Not entirely sure. I mean, Traders has so many resources accumulated from all the universes previous to this, so even if they destroy this one galaxy, I'm not entirely sure how significant the impact is going to be on the overall Traders team. They have so many resources. Those Achilles pulses again, once again firing, taking out one kit. The super laser has tagged another kit, and those Achilles pulses are going to work. Although it looks like one Achilles pulse is hitting hitting a kit that's not being tagged, and so that kit that almost died is actually being healed back up. But it's still being tagged by the super laser, which is kind of odd. But I don't think it matters too much because that planet's way too far away to even be HPS by the shield transits in the northeast. And there's the gunners just spamming the red photons, just death blossoming the crap out of all the bases, and then doesn't really stand a chance. Those EXE kits. There's an ice pop by the P-Wave trying to keep itself alive and reduce the pulling effect of the tractor. Sam is still up. I don't know where Sundog went. I think he might be down. Or might have got yanked by somebody. There's a singularity sphere. That's Shaft's singularity sphere. Just floating. I'm assuming that's the singularity sphere that deployed all the Banna kits. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. I think he might just be scooping loot with a vacuum tube or something. There's also another singularity sphere to the south. It's Fast Guys. No idea what they're doing. But then again, I'm not in SRX. I'm just spectating this fight. So I think all the ADA kits have gone down. All the EXE kits are down. All we have left are kits to the northeast. Starting with those EXE kits right there to the right of the screen. I expect SRX to start switching their kits into maybe a more range-oriented setup. So maybe more mags, more range augs, something of the sort. I think those are SRX lasers shooting all the way up there. Holy moly, that's a lot. Another EXE kit going down. Those are just metals and notes, so probably not too big of a loss for traders. And as you can see in the mini-map, there's lots of green squares, and if you're not aware, the green squares indicate drones. So it looks like traders has gone ahead and deployed some more drones, probably Andas, just to boost the HPS and not die immediately. So yeah, I guess now we're waiting for SRX's next move. I would expect them to start towing their kits forward, or maybe using what's it called, thrusters, and just advancing to the northeast. Man, that's a lot of VMAG. Kind of strange that he's not opting to use Solarium mags, but I suppose they are quite a bit more expensive, for not a whole significant amount of damage increase. Let's see, do I get a better shot? No, I don't think I just started drifting. Man, look at all that debris. Oh wow, there's a lot more EXE kits than I had imagined. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a little while before SRX makes their next move, probably pulling their kits to the northeast to begin DPSing any drones or kits to the north. And it looks like in the meantime their kits are just gonna surgical lasers the crap out of their remaining EXE kits. There's CJ again. Man. That guy really has it out for me. There's Islar, a member of my team. Oh man, hoping I went a little bit more east so I could see their entire setup. Yeah, I think I just went inside this to regen a little and hide from CJ because he was gonna pop me again, and I was pretty low on shields. So yeah, it'll be a while. And there we go. So it looks like Isler went down calling CJ a dick. And yeah, still just DPSing the EXE kits with surgical lasers. Alright, so in a second we'll see what the trader's defense here is. It looks like there's, yeah, as I imagined, a bunch of Andas surrounding the sun just for pure HPS. And it looks like a bunch of defenders. And Darksteel has gone ahead and deployed some more ADA kits, which he's dragging over the sun, I assume to avoid any collision code. If you're not aware, you cannot pull a defender's kits out. You can, because I think that's one of like the defender's advantages. You can't pull any kits. Holy moly! I just blew up CJ. I don't actually know how he got that rate of fire buff. That was a little weird. So yeah, if you weren't aware, you cannot drag people's kits in. So no matter how many tractor ships that SRX has, they have no way of pulling their kits off of the sun. So they're kind of limited to ethereal lasers, which I believe the surgical laser is ethereal, but considering the resists of the ADA kits, they're gonna do pretty minuscule damage. So I don't know what SRX's next move is gonna be. I imagine that maybe they're gonna be satisfied just winning that little victory over the few EXE kits they took down to the southwest. They could also potentially move up. I didn't see very many, platformers. It looked like mainly defenders from traders. So it doesn't seem like they'd be in too much of fire, aside from the ADA kits, which are on the sun. But considering that they're on their sun, the ADA kits can't shoot their mag cannons or pulses. So that's a significant drop in potential DPS that the ADA kit could put out. There's a bunch of cannons coming out from Sam again. That poor P-Wave getting destroyed. And yeah, it doesn't seem like SRX is moving up at all. It looks like they're just gonna stay to the southwest. Maybe they have a couple scouts trying to figure out what the defenses are like. But yeah, I don't anticipate them doing anything anytime soon for this BvB. Man, there's so many EF ships just floating around trying to spectate from that. What are those? I mean, I think those are Andaman drones? No, those can't be Andaman drones because they're not doing any healing. Those might be Andaman platforms, possibly, that are standing right there. I wish I would go ahead and click it so I could see what it was. But yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure SRX has decided that there's no way they can take the northeast at the moment, especially with kids being on the sun and the amount of drones out already. In addition, now that the BvB has been going on for a while, pretty sure that, oh look, I'm depositing money. With the BvB going as long as it has already, plenty of traders have already been notified and are already online. So they don't really have. They might not have the numbers advantage anymore. The element of surprise is definitely gone by this point, and the response by traders has already demonstrated that they're
We were
gonna
all laughing
put
watching
additional
PvP.
defenses to help bolster the galaxy.
He almost got you though.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that SRX is probably not gonna continue with his attack. Yeah, this is probably around the time that they just
Mission accomplished. We pretty much won this.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, it looks like they're satisfied with the victory they have over the small portion of the galaxy, and
on the sun or
pack up.
outside. Can you point it out for me?
Alright, so
really?
I think that's going to be the end of the BvB.
No, the little girl's in the
thanks
center.
for
I don't really
listening,
care. I'm
and
just
this is
I'm going in
NeonSword.
on my characters
See
to
you later.
scout, to be honest.